Our new song is available for pre-order at getcominghome.com. Check it out. Download iTunes to pre-order and support our work. From Time Magazine, Iran, Trump, and the third assassination plot. Now, we did have a super chat the other night that said, actually, we're at number 7. I think it was this morning, we're at number 7 with a bunch of different instances that happened. There were like ricin letters that were sent, and no one's really keeping track of the lesser known ones. But this story is pretty crazy because the DOJ put out a statement about the arrest of Asif Raza Merchant. And they said that he was arrested for targeting political individuals. Time Magazine is now saying that is Donald Trump. He was scouting out Donald Trump's rallies, counting what their security was, things of this nature, and was authorized, apparently by Iran, to offer up to $1 million to kill Donald Trump. This is absolutely insane. So this guy's been arrested. He was arrested on July 12th, one day before the attempt on Trump's life. They say that when he was arrested, Secret Service decided to up security on Trump, but then clearly did not. Something doesn't add up. But the big point of the story is we could be looking at, on the surface, based on the news, there have now been 3 assassination attempts on Donald Trump. One was stopped abruptly before this guy, a foreign actor, could have actually enacted his plan. Then you have the next day, someone actually struck Donald Trump with a bullet. And now, of course, you have the Ryan Routh story. So I fear for the worst. We're entering October. I hope the October surprise is something dumb, like a laptop gets found in a hardware store or something. Not anything related to this, but I'm curious what you guys think.
Melania Trump's memoir is coming out in October, so maybe that's the October surprise.
I doubt it would be bad for Trump.
Maybe that's good for me.
I think one of the important details here is that Iran was planning an assassination attempt against Donald Trump and not Joe Biden. And the reason for that is because under Donald Trump is when they killed Qasem Soleimani, leader of the IRGC. I think Iran had multiple plots to kill John Bolton and Mike Pompeo and Donald Trump as a result of that killing. And I'm happy they are unsuccessful, and we should continue taking out the upper echelons of the IRGC as retaliation for doing things like this. This is outrageous.
It's absolutely outrageous. And the shocking fear is that were they have to have been successful, this country is going to full-scale war. And that can only mean the absolute worst. So
I remember reading the reporting when this was first reported on, and it was a little bit absurd because it made it look like this guy wanted to fund an assassination, but not do it himself. And according to the reporting, he was going around apparently with an Uber driver or a limo wanting to stop at clubs to recruit an assassin. I mean, it seemed crazy. And so I thought, this is obviously not serious. Now, obviously, it is serious, and there are some new developments here. I think it's very interesting that the thing that catches my attention from what you just said is the fact that they suppressed the fact that Trump was the target. And that's probably because they thought that if they say it, it's going to help him politically.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
that would be a reason for the DOJ to go, well, it was just some high-ranking officials.
Look at this. This is the DOJ release on September 11th. Pakistani national with ties to Iran charged in connection with foiled plot to assassinate a politician or U.S. government official. And they had the evidence. They knew exactly what he was trying to do. Fortunately, the guy he met up with, because he's a moron, no one accuses these people of being smart, was an informant who immediately went to the feds. And they were like, or I wonder if they say he was an informant. I wonder if what actually happened was when he went to the guy and said he wanted to pull this off, the guy panicked and called the FBI and said, hey, I don't know.
He's like, I am now an informant.
I have nothing to do with this, man.
I had read, and I could be wrong, but in the early days, I remember in July reading that this man was known to U.S. intelligence before he arrived in the U.S. and that he arrived in the U.S. on a visa that was approved by a federal agency. And to me, that always seems strange. Like, if you know someone has malintentions, why did we approve a visa for them to come stay in the U.S.? That seems like a way to prevent this to me, but I don't know. And so, the fact that he would then approach an FBI informant or whoever, like, that also seems sort of strange. I totally believe that there are threats to not just Trump, but all kinds of top officials that we'd never hear about because they're stopped so early in their tracks or because they never escalated anything else. I think that's par for the course. I think anybody in public eye probably deals with similar things. What bothers me about this case is that, this became the focus over what was happening in Butler. We weren't getting any information about the person who had actually shot Trump. We were getting a fair amount of information about this plot that they had successfully foiled. And to me, this is, again, collusion with the mainstream media. They're running cover for federal agencies when the agencies don't deserve it. If journalism is supposed to give you the truth, then they all should be saying, great about Iran, we're happy to cover it. Tell us more about what happened in Pennsylvania.